Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. So, about a year ago, I made a video titled Dealing with a Mugger, the Throwaway slash Throwdown Wallet. Now, everything I said in that video still applies. The information in that video is good. However, there was something that recently started nagging at me. And it took a little while for me to figure it out. There's something basically wrong with the concept on a basic level. And it took me a while to figure out what it was, but I did figure it out. That's why I'm making this update video. So many long years ago, back in the 1990s, I used to work as a skip tracer on the financial side, not on the fugitive retrieval side. Sorry guys, my past is just not that exciting. But I used to have a younger supervisor, and because the business was doing well, he bought himself a slightly used Nissan Maxima. Now, back in the 1990s, a Nissan Maxima was a much bigger deal than it is nowadays. Back then, if you had a Nissan Maxima, oh, you were the man. Nowadays, not so much, even though Nissan took that particular car a bit upscale. But back then, ooh, you were the man. So he got himself one slightly used. He put a custom emblem on the front of it, custom exhaust on the back. And the problem is, he lived in a neighborhood that was full of minorities, and there were people in the neighborhood who were poor, people in that neighborhood who were working class, and then you had people who were realistically drug dealers. And the police knew this, and they made their presence known in that neighborhood. Well, unfortunately, the police have, well, call it an abbreviation, call it a saying, call it a way of thinking. And it's summed up with the letters JDLR. And that stands for just doesn't look right. If they see something that just doesn't look right, that catches their attention and they're going to take a closer look. Well, when you come from a neighborhood like the type the young supervisor came from, if you have a car that's a little too nice for the neighborhood, like a Nissan Maxima was back in the 1990s, oh yeah, you're going to get stopped, you're going to get questioned, and that's what happened to my supervisor at the time. He was a young guy, he was driving around in a car that was, a bit too nice for the neighborhood, and the cops stopped him frequently. Unfortunately, being a nice guy was not something that he suffered from. He was a young guy, he had worked hard for his money, he had bought this slightly used Nissan Maxima, he customized it a little bit on the outside, And the cops just thought that he was a drug dealer, so they stopped him frequently. And it got to the point where he got really upset, really angry at them. And, well, cops don't like it when you get a little too lippy. So it ended up that, in the end, he had so many problems and issues with the cops. He had so many tickets that he was constantly fighting that he could realistically no longer afford to keep the car. He just got fed up with the harassment. He actually took the custom emblem off the front of his Maxima. He ended up selling it, and for several weeks he was without a car. I remember one time showing up to work in my car. It was cold, it was freezing, and there he is in front of the front doors waiting for them to open up so he could start his workday. It was just very uncomfortable. The point of that story is, though, that JDLR applies to a lot of other scenarios. Now, with regards to the throwdown/throwaway wallet, and here's mine, by the way, that's what you're looking at. With regards to this type of wallet, if you're in a neighborhood where there's a huge police presence and they pull over people who are driving cars that look too nice, and they're stopping people on the street who are dressed a little too nice for the neighborhood. Now, back in the 1990s, this was a lot more common in my neck of the woods than it is nowadays. Nowadays, it's a bit rare for the police in my neck of the woods to stop individuals who seem to be dressed a little too well for a working class neighborhood. That rarely happens nowadays. Back then, though, it happened a lot, and I'm sure there are some jurisdictions, especially in America, where that still happens. Oh, look at this guy. He must be a drug dealer. Look at that expensive, fashionable clothing he's wearing. Is that FUBU? Oh, let's go have a chat with him. Yeah, that does happen. So you're driving a nice car, too nice for the neighborhood, you get stopped. You're walking around wearing clothes too nice for the neighborhood, and you're not dressed conservatively, or maybe your skin is a slightly darker shade and you don't have a suntan, just walking down the street, oh yeah, you're going to get stopped. So in that type of scenario, picture this. The cops stop you, they search you, doesn't matter if it's legal or not, and they find, oh, why do you have two wallets? Keep in mind, you're carrying your regular wallet that has your credit cards, debit card, ID, all that stuff. So, okay, this wallet is definitely yours. What's this one? Yeah, it doesn't have any identification. All it has on the inside is cash and a couple of business cards. Like, whose wallet is this? Did you steal this? Listen, just be honest with us. It'll go easier on you. Yeah, That's the thing that kept nagging at me. That's the thing on a basic level that was wrong with the throwaway slash throwdown wallet concept. The concept itself is good. It's legitimate. Unfortunately, it's necessary. But there's one element missing. Because the throwdown, throwaway wallet is something you're going to be carrying with you 24/7 when you walk out the door of your home and you're not just taking the garbage out to the curb. So it's on you every single time you walk out the door. Well, if you get stopped by the police and searched, and they find 2 wallets on you, it's definitely obvious that your real wallet is your wallet, but it's not obvious that your throwdown wallet is yours. JDLR just doesn't look right. I mean, you could try explaining that to a police officer, and he may or may not believe you. The best way, though, no, don't put secondary identification in your throwdown wallet. That would be stupid. You don't want a mugger knowing exactly who you are or where to find you. So keep all identification out of your throwdown wallet. Don't put any in there. And for heaven's sake, don't put an identification card belonging to someone else. Maybe one you found on the street and you're like, okay, I'll put this one in there. Yeah, the cops are like, well, who's Brandon Stevenson? Or who's Mrs. Chang? You don't look like Mrs. Chang. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. There's no need to try to be that clever, but you still need a way to let the police know if you're stopped and searched that, hey, this is my wallet too. I carry 2 wallets. The easiest way is to get a pleather or real leather wallet online from a company that does engraving. Or I guess in the case of a soft leather wallet, they stamp your initials into the leather and it stays there. And heck, you can get a wallet made from vegan leather if that's what you want. Yeah. Fake leather that looks and feels like real leather. No animals were harmed in the making of your wallet. So yeah, pleather, which is fake leather already, real leather or vegan leather, which is another form of fake leather. So technically, wouldn't that be pleather as well? Anyway, I'm pretty sure that vegan leather is a marketing term for pleather. So, okay. And you can have it stamped, your initials, either on the inside or the outside. And that way you have an identifying feature on your throwdown wallet that will let the cops know that, hey, this second wallet really is mine. Here's why I'm carrying it. Okay, that makes more sense. They check your real wallet, they find your driver's license, they find other forms of secondary ID, And it's like, oh, the name on the inside matches the initials on this other wallet. Okay, I guess it's yours. And that way, later on, if you do get mugged, the mugger still won't have a clue who the hell you are. He'll just know what your initials are. That's it. The cops will know your name. They'll know your initials. They'll see it on here, either on the inside or the outside. And it's like, okay, I guess this is yours. No problem. Now, you guys have been seeing the back of my Throwdown wallet. And I normally keep this on or in my back pocket. Yeah. And my thumb is actually covering up the initials that are stamped into this fake leather wallet. Yeah. This is the front of the wallet. This is mine. My initials are underneath my thumb, stamped in there. So, very easy. Simple solution. Now, one thing you don't want to do, don't buy a leather wallet and then take a Sharpie or a pen and write your initials on it. Anyone could do that. A mugger could do that immediately after having stolen someone's wallet. So if you're going to go with the Throwdown, throwaway wallet concept, and again, excellent concept, order your Throwdown or throwaway wallet online from a company that's willing to stamp your initials into it. Or if you're going with a money clip, a company that will professionally engrave your initials onto the clip. Yeah, don't try to scratch your initials onto a brass money clip yourself. Don't do that. Because anyone could do that. And don't just take a Sharpie or a pen and write your initials on your Throwdown or throwaway wallet, because anyone can do that. But if your initials are actually stamped into the leather, that's a different story. If your brass money clip or stainless steel money clip is properly professionally engraved, well, that's the same thing as getting it stamped. That looks legitimate. So yeah, just an update to that video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please continue to stay safe out there. Unfortunately, it's still dangerous. Heck, if it wasn't dangerous, you wouldn't need something like this. I'll see you guys soon.